Chapter 11 Critic. As they entered November, the weather turned very cold. The mountain around the school became icy gray and the lake cold still. Every morning the ground was covered in frost. Hagrid called the seen from the outside windows. The frosting rustics on the Quidditch pitch bundled up in a long moleskin overcoat, rabbit fur gloves, and enforced beaverskin boots. The Quidditch season had begun. On Saturday, Harry would be playing in his first match after week of training. Gryffindor versus Slytherin. In Gryffindor won. They will move up into second place in the house championship. They would move up into second place in the house championship. Hardly anyone had seen Harry play because what had dictated that. As their great weapon, Harry's soul be kept well secret. But the news that he was playing soccer had leaked out somehow, and Harry did know which was worse. People telling him he brilliant or people telling him they running around underhand him, holding a mattress. It was really lucky that Harry had Hermione as a friend. He did know how he have got rock and he'll work with your help. What will at the last minute practice what was making them do. The host also let him Quidditch through the August, which turned out to be a very interesting ride. Harry learned that there were 700 was of coming thing. A Quidditch fall and that all of the time had happened during a World Cup match in 1453. That second way usually the smallest and fastest player, and that most serious Quidditch accidents seemed to happen to them. That although people rarely did playing Quidditch, referees had been known to vanish and turn up months later in the Sahara Desert. Hermione had become a bit more relaxed about breaking rules since Harry and Ron had saved her from the mountain roll, and Harry Potter was such nicer for it. The day before Harry faced a Quidditch match, the three of them were out in the freezing concrete using freak, and she had conjured them up a bright blue veil which could be carried around in a jam jar. They were standing with their back to it, getting warm, when Snape crossed the yard. Harry noticed at once that Snape was limping. Harry, Ron, and Hermione moved closer together to block the veil from view. They were sure it would be allowed. Unfortunately, something about her quickly first Snape's eye. He limped over. He had seen the fear, but he seemed to be looking for a reason to tell them all anyway. What's that you have got where? There, Potter. It was quick to grow through the guess. Harry saw him liberally book the are not to be taken on said the school. Said Snape, give it in to me. 5 point Gryffindor. Hey, Judge, by the third roll up. Harry muttered angrily as Snape limped away. Wonder that wrong with his leg. Don't know, but I hope it's really hurting him, said Ron bitterly. The Gryffindor common room was very noisy that evening. Harry, Ron, and Hermione sat together next to a window. Hermione was checking Harry and Ron's homework. For them, the world never let the copy. How will you learn? But by asking Harry to read intro, they got the right answer anyway. Harry felt restless. He wanted quickly through the guest bag to take his mind off his nervous about tomorrow. Why should he be around of Neb? Getting up, he told Ron and Hermione he was going to ask Neb in her could have it. Rather you tell me, they said together, but Harry had an idea that Snape's cold reinforcing in 3 were terrible of the latest teacher listening. He made his way down the steps from and knocked. There was no answer. He knocked again, nothing. Perhaps Snape had left the book in 3 there. It was mother and 3. He pushed the door ajar and peered inside, and a horrible scan met his eyes. Snape and Flicky were inside. Alone, Snape was holding his robes above his necks. One of his legs was bloody and mangled. Flicky was handing Snape back daggers. Blasted thing, Snape was saying. How are you supposed to keep your eyes on all three head arms? Critic 135. Harry tried to sound the door quickly, but Potter, Snape's face was twitched with Harry as he dropped his robes quit to hit his leg. Harry gulped. I just wondered if I could have my book back. Get out. Harry laughed. Before Snape could take any more point ground Gryffindor, I sprinted back on tired. Did you get it? Ron asked as Harry joined them. What's the matter? In a low whisper, Harry told Ted what had seen. You know what this means? He finished breathlessly. He tried to get first that three-headed dog at Halloween. That's where he was going there when we saw him. He's off the way to far in Grinding, and I ate bet my broomstick. He let that fall in to try a diversion. Hermione's eyes were wide. No, he would say, no, he's not very nice. But the contrary, and still something Dumbledore was keeping safe. Only still Hermione. You think our teacher were our saints or something? Snapped Ron. I'm with Harry. I won't put anything but Snape. But what hereafter? What the dog warning? Harry went to bed with his head buzzing with the same question Neville was snoring loudly. But Harry couldn't sleep. He tried to empty his mind, but needed to sleep. He had his first critic match in a few hours, but the expression on Snape's face when Harry had seen his leg was easy to forget. The next morning dawned very bleak and cold. The great hall was full of the delicious smell of French sausage and the careful chatter of everyone looking forward to a good cricket match. You've got to eat something breakfast. I don't want anything. Just a bit of toast will treat Hermione. I'm not hungry. Harry felt terrible in a house. Tim Bell walking onto the pitch. Harry, you need your strength, said Snape's Finnegan's Snakes are always the ones who get nobbed by the other team. Thanks, Seamus, said Harry watching Seamus peel ketchup on his sausage. Harry Potter. By 11 o'clock, the whole school seemed to be out in the store around the Quidditch pitch. Many students had binoculars. The atomic roset hit in the air, but it was still difficult to see what was going on. Sometimes Ron and Hermione's unit Neville, Seamus and Diane the West Hermione up in the top row. As a surprise for they had pointed a large banner on one of the seats. Scabbers had written inside Potter for President, and Dan, who was good at drawing, had done a large Gryffindor lion underline. Then everyone had performed a trick, literally crammed so that the paint flashed different colors. Meanwhile, in the hanging rooms, Harry and the rest of the team were hanging into their scarlet Quick-Dick Robust started firing Walt but playing in Grand. Walt cleared in the road for silence. "Okay, man," he said, "and woman," said Chaser Angeline Johnson. "And woman," Wood agreed. "This is it, the big one," said Fred Wesley. "The one we all been waiting for," said Gert. "We know Oliver the Richie Bay her," Fred told her. "We were in the team last year." "Shut up, you two," said Wood. "This is the best team Freeport had in years. We're going to win. I know it," he glared at them as if to say, or else, or else. "Right, it's time. Good luck, all of you." Harry followed Fred and Gerda out of the hanging from and hoping his necks were going to give away. Walked on to the beach to load chairs. Madame Todd was refereeing. She stood in the middle of the beach, waiting for the two teams. Her broom in her hand. "No, I want a nice fair game. All of you," she said, once they were going right around her. Harry noticed that she seemed to be speaking particularly to the state-faring captain, Marcus Flynn, a fifth-year. Harry thought Flynn looked as if he had some troll blood in him. Out of the corner of his eye he saw the fluttering banner above, flashing Potter for president over the crowd. His heart skipped. He felt braver. "Moon your broom, please." Harry clambered on to this Nimbus 2000. Quick-Dick 137. Madame Hoods gave a long blast on her silver wristlet. 15 broad rose up, high into the air. They were off, and the quickly is taken immediately by Ingrid Johnson of the French door. "What an excellent caser that quilt is, and rather active too." "Jordan." "Sorry, Professor." The Wesley twins fried. Lee Jordan was doing the commentary for the match. Leslie was heard by Professor McGonagall, and cheerily belting along up three. A nail pass to Alicia Spinnet, a good fin of Oliver Wood. Last year only reference back to Johnson, and no, Slytherin have taken the quickly. Slytherin Captain Marcus Flynn again the quickly and of her voice. Flynn finally and ugly up her. He's going to say no, stop it by an excellent move by Gryffindor. Kipperwood and Gryffindor take the quiver. That's Chaser Cathy Bell of Gryffindor 3. Nice. Div around Flynn. Of up the Flynn and out. That must have hot hit in the back of the head by a bludger, completed by submarine. Judge Adrian Brodsky, speeding off towards the goalpost, but has blocked by second bludger, sent his way by Fred of Kirkle Wesley. Can't tell which nice play by the defender by Bader anyway, and Johnson back in possession of the quickly. A clear flint ahead and off she goes. She really flying. Dodges a speeding broadcast. The goalposts are high. Come on. No. Angelina, keeper Bletchley Davis. Misses Gryffindor score. Gryffindor chairs filled the cold air. With hold and one from the sultry budget of 3. Move along. Hagrid. Ron and Hermione squeezed together to give Cedric enough space to join them, which made from the hut, said Cedric, patting a legal pair of binoculars round his neck. But is it the same as being the crown? No see of the snakes yet. Nope, said Ron. Harry has had much to do now. Keep out trouble. No, said something, said Hagrid, raising his binocular and pairing his word and the speech. That was Harry. High up above them, Harry was gliding over the game's waiting. Harry Potter, about for some sake of the snitch. This was part of his Edward game plan. Keep out of the way hunting sons that sick of the snitch. Wood had said, "We don't want to attack it before you have to be." When Angelina had scored, Harry had done a couple of loaded lobs to let out his feeling. Now he was back to staring. Run for the snake. On a quick sick of a flash of gold, but it was just a reflection from one of the Weasley wizards, when once a bludger decided to come pelting his way. Only a cannonball than anything. But Harry would get it, and Fred Weasley come casing after it. A black gray Harry. He had time to yell. As the beat the bludger furiously towards Marcus Flint. Slytherin in possession. Ray Jordan was saying, Chaser Puxy, Duchy to bludger Poor Wesley and Chaser Bell at speed toward the wind a moment was that the snake. A murmur ran through the room as Adrian Bouquet dropped the ghostly tubes looking over his shoulder and the flash of glow that had passed his left ear. Harry saw it in a great rush of excitement. He decided to run after the stacker of gold. Stanley Herring Saker's Terence Hake had sent it to neck and neck. They hobbled toward the snakes. All the cavers meant to have forgotten that they were supposed to be doing a mid-air. Harry was faster than he called, said the little round ball. We flew there, darting ahead. A bird won on an extra spurt of speed. Wow! A word of fragile exploit from the Gryffindor below. Marcus Flynn had blocked Harry on purpose and Harry Broom spun off course. Harry holding on for their life. Fall! Screamed the Gryffindor. Madame Todd spoke and slicked to a slit, and the team ordered a fray. Shot at the goalposts for Gryffindor. But in all the confusion, of course, the Golden Snake had disappeared from sick again. Down in the start, then Thomas by yelling, "Send him off, red card." Did it football? General reminded him, "You can send people off in Quidditch, and that's a red card." But Hagrid was on their side. They always change the rules. Will call the nugget Harry onto the air. Quidditch 139. Lee Jordan was finding indirectly not to take sides, so after that up scissors and the questing bit of Katie, Jordan ruffled Professor McGonagall. I mean, after that open and revolting fall, Jordan informing you. Alright. Flynn kills the Gryffindor Shaker, which could have been to Ion, I'm sure. So a penalty to Gryffindor take by Spinnet will put in a way no trouble, and we continue play Gryffindor still in possession. He was as Harry Doggett, a nose-head blocked its words meaning the gross, but his head that is happening. His Tom gave a sudden frightening loss. For a split second, I thought he was going to fall. He gripped the probe, tightly with both his hand and squeezed. He's never flaking anything like that. It happened again. I was about the prom was trying to block him off, but Nimbus 2000 did not suddenly decided to push the reader off. Harry tried to turn back toward the Gryffindor goal spot. He had helped to export to call time out, and then he realized that his broom was completely out of his control. He could turn in a cold direct in at all. It was zigzagging through the air, and every note and time making violet fishing movement which almost unserrated him. He was still commentating later in possession. Flint the quickly passes Bell with heart in the fight by a bludgeon. Help in broke his nose. Only joking, Professor. Sheltering score of no. The sheltering were carrying no one. Seemed to have noticed that Harry Brom was behaving strangely. He was carrying him slowly hick away from the gang, jerking and twisting as it went. Do know what Harry thinks is doing, Harry rumbled. He stared through his binocular. If I did know better in Solo lost control of his drum, would the camp have? Suddenly, people were pointing up at Harry over the stand. His broom had started to fall over and over with him only just managing to hold on. The whole crowd gasped. Harry Broom had given a wild jump and Harry swung off. He was now dangling from it, holding on with only one hand. Did something happen to it? The fleet blocked him. Seamus whispered. Harry Potter can have Hedrick said, his voice shaking. Can nothing interfere with a broomstick except powerful dark magic? No kid called to chat to a Nimbus 2000. At this word, Hermione said under binocular. But instead of looking up at Harry, they started looking frantically at the crowd. What are you doing? Mounted Ron Greyface. I knew it. Hermione gasped. Snapped it. Ron grabbed the binocular. Snapped was in the middle of the stand opposite them. He had his eyes fixed on Harry and was muttering on non-stop under his breath. He's doing something, dancing the broom, said Hermione. What should we do? Leave it to me. If anyone could say another word. Hermione had the song right. Ron turned the binocular back on Harry. His broom was vibrating so hard. It was almost impossible for him to hang on much longer. The whole crowd were on their feet, watching terrified as Weasley flashed up to tree and pulled Harry safely onto one of their broom. But it was no good. Every time they got near him, the broom would jump like a steel. They dropped lower and kicked beneath him, absolutely hoping to catch him if he fell. Marcus Flynn facing the queerly and scared. 5 teams fight hot ironing teasing. Come on, everyone. Ron muttered desperately. Hermione had to fork her way across to the stand where Snape stood and was now racing along the row behind him. The did even stop to say something as she looked at Professor Quirrell. Hill had reversed into the row in front, facing Snape to proceed down, pulled out her wand and whispered a few well-chosen words. Bright blue flames shot from her wet one onto the hem of Snape's robes. It took perhaps 30 seconds for Snape to realize that the was on fire. A sudden yell told her she had done her job, scooping the fire off him into a little jar in the hard pocket. She scampered back along the road. Snape would never know what had happened. I was up in the air. Harry was suddenly able to clamber back onto his broom. Ever, you can look. Ron said Neville had been sobbing into her high-grip jacket for the last 5 minutes. Harry was padding towards the ground when the crowd saw